Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me. Now, I was in the Magdalen Islands just recently, and one of the very first stops I had on the list of places I wanted to visit was Alcyon, your family's company, because I love absolutely everything about your salt. Now, can you tell me how the idea for Alcyon was born?
Yes, of course. So yes, we are a family-run business. So it's me, and I am with my parents and my sister. And then we are located, as you said, in the Magdalen Islands. So for people who don't know where it is in the middle of the Gulf of St. Lawrence in the eastern Quebec. So my family and I always loved food, and we always loved Magdalen Islands. This is where we come from. So one day we realized that something as essential as salt, made with the incredible natural resources around us, deserved a place in our kitchen. Something local and meaningful. So yeah, we started to experiment to make it.
Yeah, because what our listeners have to know is that salt and the Magdalen Islands is something that's very familiar. There's a really big salt mine, the only salt mine in all of Quebec that's located in the Magdalen Islands. So there is a very intimate relationship with salt there. But why did you want to make fleur de sel or sel de mer? Why go there?
So we realized that there was no options for it because, yes, we have a big mines on the Magdalen Islands, but the salt that we extract from the mine is for the de-icing the road in the winter. So we didn't have a food option, like a local food option here on the Magdalen Islands. So we thought that we can have there's other businesses in Canada that produce salt, but most of the fleur de sel or the finishing salt that we can have are imported from other countries. So we thought that we were the perfect locations to start a project like this. So we started to experiment. It took about a year and a half to have the perfect process. And then it started very small, just a few pans in our homemade lab. And then we slowly evaporated water and see what it was doing. And then after the year and a half of testing, we finally found the best process that respected all our criteria.
Okay, so you're saying a lot of things that maybe are not too familiar to our audience. Can you maybe walk me through how you actually harvest salt in the Magdalen Islands?
Yes. So often we think of les marais salants, but on the Magdalen Island, because it's too cold for it, we don't have the climate, so we make it inside. So it's like most places in Canada, it's all made inside. So we, or other places that are in Europe or in Japan, we make it inside. So we take the seawater and it's collected in a tank. And then after that, we transport the water in our workshop. And then this is where the process began. We filter the water. After that, there's an evaporation, which is really important. This is where we want to have the perfect balance with the time and temperature to achieve the best texture possible. Once the flakes are formed, we harvest them. And then after that, we dry them and they are ready to eat after that. Yes.
They're ready to season our favorite meals. How long does that process take?
It takes about 5 to 8 days, the whole process, until we package it.
Wow. What was the first dish that you seasoned with your own salt?
Really simple, just cucumber and tomatoes. Yeah.
And what was that feeling like when you tasted it for the first time?
It was actually really exciting. Just seeing the first flakes for the first time, we were all so happy. And then after that, to try it was a magical moment for the family to try it. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love that you actually tried it on cucumber and tomatoes first. I mean, that's exactly what I would have done myself. Tell me a little bit about the island's climate. How do you feel that all of that influences the taste or the quality of your salt compared to all the other ones you referred to that already exist either across Canada but elsewhere in the world?
Yes, so salt changes depending on where it comes from. So the minerals obviously change something in it, and also the method of production both make a difference. And then, so on the Magdalen Islands, it's located in the middle of Gulf of St. Lawrence. And then the area is very, very pure. And it makes a difference in our salt because, it makes a taste that is soft and delicate in flavor. But the process, because of the process we use, is crispy, delicate, and it melts in your mouth. And then the more related to the Magdalen Island, but the people here are really warm, and then everybody loves food. We are lucky. We have tons of other really good producers, and then also we have good seafood. So
you have set up this wonderful way of putting your product forward, which is in relationship to other producers. For example, I saw just the week after I left the islands, and I was so sad, but very happy for you. You launched a cheese in collaboration with the Pied de Vin cheesemaker. Tell me a little bit about that product.
Oh yes, we were really, really lucky. So they developed the new cheese. But they approached us because cheese requires salt. So they approached us to see if we wanted to collaborate with their new product, their new cheese. So we were obviously really happy because we love all the cheese that they make. And then, so really all the development and the productions, it's them, but we were happy to contribute to like the production of the cheese with our salt, to add our grain of salt.
Yeah. I like that, Elizabeth. I like what you just did there. What's been the biggest challenge for you? Because you're the head salt maker. This is an artisanal way of doing things, and you're such in a remote setting. What's the challenge for you?
Yes, so it was really unique, and then the challenge was really, it's a small industry. So there was a lot of tests, not a lot of experts in the area, in the field. So it was a lot of challenges because, yes, we are also remote. So to have all the equipment here, all the testing, because salt, obviously, it's a lot of corrosion. So to find the right materials. And also, it's a good teamwork. So everybody in the family, we have our strength. So also my sister, who is more on the creative side, and then on the communication and connecting with customers, there was also a lot of educations because it's not everyone who uses salt to finish the meal at the end of the meal, like a fleur de sel. A lot of people use the salt for cooking, but not necessarily for
like a finishing touch, a little touch of beauty. Yeah.
Exactly. So there was the challenge on that side too, to make sure the people can experience what we experience with our salt.
Yeah, while I was on the Magdalen Islands recently, someone suggested that, well, first off, I have to say that I found one of the best tarte au sucre in the Magdalen Islands made by local pastry chef Elisabeth Arseneau. And after speaking with your mother, Nicole, she said, you should finish it off with just a little bit of salt. Like take a piece of that tarte au sucre and finish it off with a little bit of salt. Elizabeth, I swear I had one of the most unbelievable experiences. I never would have thought of putting a little bit of salt to finish off something sweet. And you're absolutely right. There is education to be made there because it just adds so much more pleasure, right? Where's your favorite place to add a little bit of salt?
It's something very simple, but it's on an avocado toast.
Oh.
So yeah, it really, really changes the whole experience when you just add a little bit of salt and a little bit of balsamic vinegar. So I'm not an excellent chef. I love food. I love when someone is excellent, but I am able to enjoy way more the food that I eat now that I add salt to almost everything. And then, yeah, avocado toast is like very simple to make, but it really make it like the little crunchiness that you can have from every bite.
Yeah.
It really like enhance the experience, but otherwise I put it on salad also, and then I like it on brownies, and as you described, any dessert like a tarte au sucre. It's delicious. Yeah.
That's insane. I think it's such a beautiful Quebec experience, right? Just having a tarte au sucre and put a little bit of local salt. Imagine that. We're able to talk about local salt in 2025. Congratulations. It really is a beautiful company. What's next? What should I wish for the Arseneau family of Alcyon for the future?
Oh, that's a good question. So we hope that more and more people can try our salt, and then that we can continue to develop new product, because it's part also of what we're doing. We like to try new thing, and to continue to
have fun.
Have fun, yeah, sorry.
For sure. I caught you off guard there.
Yeah.
Elizabeth, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us here at Breakaway today.
Thank you so much for having me. That was a pleasure.
And that was my conversation with Elisabeth Arseneau of Alcyon in the Magdalen Islands, precisely in Havre-aux-Maisons. If you have a chance, please do visit. They are an absolute delight.